it was a cute dress.
I think what we've learned is if there's a choice, go to ASOS.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Is this buy one get one free on Drag Queens? Veronica, it's so lovely to meet you, and welcome back to my favourite old boozy cow, Joe Black. This is great.
And I've come here just after announcing my own gin, by the way, talking of boozy old cows.
Congratulations, Joe. That's
Thank
amazing.
you. Isn't that the most on-brand drag merch you've ever seen?
Oh, that's fantastic.
The thing is, though, Joe, you mentioned you wanted a gin in our last episode.
My dream is to release my own gin. I'm going to say that. I'm hoping that happens.
You heard it here first, guys. Let's get Joe some gin.
I was planting those seeds.
Amazing. Well, I'm very happy for you. Now, last time we spoke, Joe, we made you a lovely yearbook to celebrate your time on Drag Race UK. And Veronica, now it's your turn. But there is a catch. You're going to have to nominate your fellow sisters in the following yearbook categories. The only rule is you can't nominate yourself. Okay?
I can follow those rules.
And Joe, don't go anywhere because we've got some extra categories for you as well. Okay.
Category is
Miss Congeniality.
There's a couple of choices actually, because there's quite a few people there that were very congenial. I'm going to go with Bimini.
Yeah.
A great person to talk to. She was always there for you, and she's got great points of view, and she's very supportive, and she listens.
Yeah, love Bimini. Okay, last night's episode was a wild ride, and I'm sure it must have been a strange moment for both of you. So Veronica, why don't you start by telling me how you felt?
For me, I'd already made my peace with it because I was told I wasn't allowed back on set 2 days before filming recommenced. And I was crying for about 3 days. And then eventually I just came to a point where I was like, okay, I've had that release of emotion. Now let's think about the future and moving forwards. I can just cheer people on and enjoy the rest of the ride, whatever that may be.
And Joe, a very different experience for you coming back. So, you know, what was it like for you?
Well, sort of the opposite of Veronica a little bit, where Veronica was ready to go back in and then had to cheer people on and actually watch it. Whereas I was fully tapped out and was like, I'm not in it anymore. I'm just going to watch this and enjoy other people. And then about 3 weeks before they went, so fancy coming back? So that was, very, very different experience for me. And I must say, Veronica, watching the episode and obviously knowing that you didn't come back, when you said, you know, I'm in this till the end. And I think should COVID not have struck you down, you absolutely would have been, because you were killing it.
Yeah, you are absolutely brilliant, Veronica. And we can't wait to see you on season 3 as well. So there's so much more to come.
There is a lot more to come. Absolutely a lot more to come. My Drag Race journey isn't over, but I haven't formally made my decision yet.
Oh, okay.
Keeping them waiting.
Well, we'll wait and see. Now, there were so many things to gag about in this episode. Like, Joe, you coming back. Sister Sister's new teeth. The UK Hun song. Bing Bang Bong. I've been singing it non-stop. Bing Bang Bong. Sing song. Bing Bang Bong. UK Huns. Oh my God, I'm gonna once I leave this, I'm putting it on as loud as possible and just dancing in my lounge.
How do you think we feel?
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's genius. I really love it. But like, you know, there was also the judges' local drag slander, Ellie coming as a seagull in a bikini and high heels, the roly-poly collision on the runway during the lip sync. I mean, it was like, but it had everything. So from both of you, what was your favourite moment watching the episode back?
Oh, the roly-poly collision was my favourite moment. I bloody loved it. The way that Tia went for it and then had to sort of like abort halfway through, and then she just landed like a sack of shit. It was so funny.
I went down intending, I was like, even on my way down, I was like, I'm going down like a sack of shit. Tia started well, and then there's a moment when it looks like I'm about to grab Tia as well, and I was like, that doesn't read so well on camera. And people were like, were you trying to like her up. And I was like, I don't remember exactly my thought, but I think I was trying to get her attention to then like hold her hand at the end of the song or something. But as I went to go touch her shoulder, she just fell to the floor and I went, what a silly bloody job.
Okay, next one. This is for both of you.
Category is
Shadiest Queen.
Now, Veronica, I need to inform you, Ginny voted for you last week.
Oh, I heard about this. Veronica Mean, apparently.
Easy. Cameras are not always what they say. Veronica Mean.
Oh, Veronica Mean.
I think it's just my witty sense of humour. That's all it is. A misunderstanding.
Who are you voting for, Veronica?
Well, I'm not going to play tit for tat. No, I think the Shadiest Queen, probably sister. Let's go with sister.
I feel like I let sister down a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, you kinda did.
Just because, although we've hashed it all out now, at the time I had no idea that that's what she was thinking. So, I was like, I would love to have known that that's what you felt and we could have worked through it. Because we didn't get to work through everything until after filming finished. So that's what I'm going to go with.
And Joe, who are you picking? Because you didn't get to vote in this category
I was thinking, did I not get to vote in this category? I think the obvious choice is a horror, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's sort of what she's going for. She's not made a secret of it, so I'm gonna say a horror. No, I think it's hilarious that Veronica was called Shady, where I think Veronica is just sort of sits there politely, just doing a good job. Do you know what I mean? You just sit there, do a very good job. Call people's bullshit out when you see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, that's totally right, Joe.
I do a lovely impression of you, Veronica, which is when I think of it, what would Veronica Green say? It's always if something's a bit off, I go, well, I don't think that's very right. And I just feel like someone would say something a bit out of line in a conversation and you turn and go, well, that's not a very nice thing to say, is it?
Yeah. I think that's... I guess maybe that's where that comes from, because if I don't agree with something, I'm very opinionated and very strong-willed. So if I don't agree with something, I call it out. I mean, sometimes it's uncalled for. Sometimes my opinion's not been asked for.
Give it anyway. Do it. Veronica, I want to talk about your time on the show. So you won a challenge. You put some great looks together. That Stepford Wives outfit was one of my favourites on the whole season. Mine
too. That the Metropolis underneath. When she did the reveal, it was a team like.
Yeah. And even more so because you learned to sew for the competition, didn't you? So, you must be proud of what you achieved on the show.
Oh, absolutely. So I just want to clear up a little rumour. I did learn to sew for the competition, but not when I got the call. When Drag Race was coming to the UK for season 1, that was when I started learning. And I made my very first outfit for my first audition tape. And then throughout the year, I then built up my skills, went to my mum, who helped teach me some things. And, I didn't have connections with designers. I didn't have connections with wig people. I was trying to be a one-man and woman band at the time, which doesn't work. You got to get help from people and reach out. But I was doing it all myself. So I was really, really pleased watching those looks come down the runway, because the amount of time and effort and thought that had gone into those runways, I was really pleased to see them paying off and the judges liked them.
And did you have a favourite moment at all?
My favourite moment was the Pig Medusa runway, because that's a childhood drawing of mine. Me and my brother, we wrote comics when we were kids, and I wanted to be able to give something back to him. So it was a special moment for me because it had such a deep connection to my family and my imagination.
Now, Joe, last time we spoke, you mentioned that you couldn't do your original Brighton hometown look, and now I can see why. You must have been so relieved you got to showcase that look.
Yeah, so what had happened was, when I got a call saying you might be on Drag Race, I was like, okay, right, let's try and get as prepared as we can. And I guessed they would be doing hometown. And I was like, I'm going to do this for hometown. And then we get all of our information. And there in lovely bold letters says, day at the seaside. And I was like, well, I can't really do two campy seaside looks. So I saved it for that. But obviously it doubles as I think it's, I'd like to think it's my tribute to the realities of British seaside towns. What I thought was funny is they zoomed in on it in episode 1 and everyone's been going, what was that hair? Knowing, of course, that people are going to see it going, woo.
It was a nice full circle moment, seeing that look finally give its moment. And we've also received word that H&M shares have plummeted in value since last night's episode. Do you have any comment, Joe?
I mean, I'd love a collab, but if the shares are dropping, if the shares are dropping, I mean, I was going to buy shares, actually. I thought that maybe it would be more valuable now, but apparently not. I thought it was a cute dress.
I think what we've learned is if there's a choice, go to ASOS.
Yeah. Because it's what, looking at me, what about me says pop, right? Of course, when I get pop, I'm like, what do I do? What do pop people do? I was like, short, pink dress. Yes, that's what people in pop do, isn't it? Yes.
I mean, look, Rue absolutely lost her shit. It was like her first day off fags after being on a pack a day for 20 years. Like, she had lost her rag. Was that quite terrifying as it looked? Or were you just kind of like, well, whatever?
I didn't realise pink velvet could evoke such emotion, to be honest with you. Bit dramatic. It's a dress. I don't think I've ever been that angry about a dress someone was wearing, but surreal moment. You know, you've got to come to terms with, there is something about this dress that has made this person ever so angry.
It provided an iconic moment in Drag Race history.
Yeah, so good TV.
It's earned its place. H&M, give us a ring. Let's secure the bag.
H&M, drop me a line. I'm available.
I can't wait to see you, Joe, fronting a H&M campaign in 2021.
I also just want to say that I didn't realise RuPaul sold branded shirts through H&M, so I don't know if he'll be getting an angry email at some point.
No, does he?
Mm-hmm.
Awkward!
Category is Best Look.
Do you know what? I really liked both cones of chips. This is really controversial. I liked them both. I was there going, oh no, but I can see that one's really nice and that one's also really nice. So I mean, of course, there was so much attention brought to it, but I did really, really like it. And another standout for me was Bimini's. I really liked Bimini's look.
Well, Veronica, I'm sat right here. How dare you? So he just says the truth.
Is this what it is? Is this what Ginny means? was that accidental shade?
No.
Joe, you would be my pick. By the way,
thank you.
It was stunning.
I'm going to leave the room right now. Oh my god! I'm Joe in the first lip sync. Oh my god.
Now, Veronica, I've been dying to ask you this question. Does the Pope shit in the woods? Can you just clarify for us? Give us a definitive answer.
One thing I do know is that the bear is a Catholic.
That is another iconic Veronica Green moment.
I've seen for myself, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, look, I've managed to avoid saying the C word, coronavirus, so far with these interviews, but we can't really avoid talking about it now. So, Veronica, after you finish filming your last episode, coronavirus takes over, you take this break. I mean, what were you using that time for? Did you manage to make any major upgrades to your outfits while you were on a break and that kind of thing?
For me, I spent the first half of it, about 3 to 4 months, going through a bit of a rough time. I didn't cope very well with the pandemic in general. I locked myself away in my house. My mental health really suffered for the first half. And I started to pick it up about 2 or 3 months before we went back. I sort of like pulled myself up from my bootstraps, and my fiance helped with that. And I just decided, okay, well, I can't go back the exact same person. I need to show some kind of improvement. But without any funds, I had no job, I had no work. I just had to be creative. So I started learning new techniques for sewing and trying to make some new outfits that were better than what I was bringing. And
then Joe, for you, I mean, the other queens had 7 months. You had How many?
3 weeks.
How many? 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
How do you use those 3 weeks?
What had happened, obviously, with the, everyone was just trying to make their money where they could. I was doing online shows and stuff. And then I actually sold quite a lot of my stuff. So there were some runways and things that I was like, oh, I don't own those costumes anymore. So I spent the 3 weeks gathering back up the ones that I had gotten rid of.
Yeah.
Because I'd sold them because I needed the money to, live. And then with 3 weeks, okay, not only do I need to find the money, but I also need to get the costumes again. So that was very, very bizarre, because I was really worried people would be like, well, you had 7 months, you must have known. I was like, I didn't know. I really didn't know. As far as I was concerned, it was done. I had an inkling of when they were going back filming. Again, I was just there ready to be everyone's biggest cheerleader.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm glad I did go back, regardless of what actually happened. It was like just a guest appearance. I think it was quite sweet.
Both answers there are really illuminating to kind of what goes on behind the scenes and kind of just how much time, energy, money goes into creating these looks. And I think, I don't know, I feel like you both have done such a great job given the circumstances. So well done on you both, really.
Category is Class Clown.
Last time Joe went for Ginny, Who are you saying, Veronica?
Well, I would have to say Ginny. She was always up for a laugh, always cracking jokes. I couldn't think of anybody else to pick for the class clown. Ginny is just one of those performers who can entertain you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, yeah.
All right, so Veronica, you just need to sign your yearbook now. So what quote would you like to be remembered by?
The quote that I would like to be remembered by is, I've never had balls in my face.
I'm sure you have.
And my DMs are open.
Well, on that bombshell, Veronica, so good to talk to you. I can't wait to see you come back from season 3. Please do it. Please come back. We want to see more of you. And Joe, it's been lovely chatting with you again.
It was lovely chatting with you again.
Yeah, I've had a great time. Thank you so much.
Joe, am I going to be chatting with you again? Is this just like a ruse?
No, I'm not. Ruse? No, I don't think I'll be going back into the workroom again this time. I think twice is enough this season.
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Great. Have a lovely day, guys. See you soon.
Mwah.
Bye.